Hi, this is Don McAllister from Screencast Online, with a special message for all Mac TV viewers. Now, this particular episode will be presented in a high-resolution desktop version and also an iPod resolution version. But for the first time, we're actually launching screencasts in high definition. That's full 720p resolution, and these episodes can now be available for direct download from the Screencast Online website. So please check out www.screencastonline.com for full details where you can download this episode in high definition. Enjoy the show. Hi, this is Don McAllister, and welcome to another edition of Screencasts Online. Now, today's episode is one that I'm really excited about, as it covers one of the premier OS X applications that make using a Mac such a pleasure. Not only that, but it's an application that can literally make you gasp when you start using it, when you come to appreciate the simple elegance that hides some extremely powerful functionality. So the application today I'll be covering is Rapidweaver 3.2 from Real Mac Software. Rapidweaver is a completely GUI-driven website creation tool that allows you to create and publish professional websites that are fully compliant with web standards. And this is all achieved without writing a single line of code. Rapidweaver allows you to publish photos, movies, blogs, easily to either .mac or FTP accounts. It's fully customizable and uses the concept of themes to allow you to completely alter the look and style of your website, literally with a single click. And it also integrates seamlessly with iPhoto. Now, as there's so much functionality available in Rapidweaver, this screencast will cover some of the basics to give you a really good idea of its capabilities. It's not meant to be a complete tutorial, but really just to give you a basic grasp of the package so you can download it and try it for yourself. I'll be publishing a second screencast on the Screencast Online iTunes feed, which will cover some of the more advanced features, so be sure to subscribe to the Screencasts Online feed in the iTunes podcast directory. So let's look at the basic steps in creating a website using Rapidweaver, and I'll start off by creating a site to show you the basic workflow, and then I'll return to examine some of the elements in more detail. So I've launched the Rapidweaver application, so let's start off by starting a new file, a new project. So we just say File New, and this gives us the opening screen. A nice simple interface. If you start a new project, you actually get this mini tutorial as to how to proceed, but I'll talk you through these steps anyway. The main thing to bear in mind is the two panels. The main panel over here, which is where you add your pages, and this main panel, which is where the output of the pages are generated. So let's create a new page. So we do that by clicking on the plus button down here in the bottom corner. That gives us this drop-down pane, and you can see here there are many different types of pages you can create. I'll actually come back to some of these and explain them in a bit more detail, but we'll start off by just having a simple style to text page. So we click that and click Add. You see over here now we have this new untitled page 1, style text index.html, that's the actual name of the file. Let's just change that to home page. So I'll just double click on the title. And that's our page renamed. And in this area here we can actually start to enter some text. So I'll just put some text in quickly. Okay, so there's our text, and now what we want to do is to have a look and see how it looks within our website. And we have a button here which is the preview button. So if I click on preview, without doing anything, it's already showed us what the website's starting to look like now. So we have my website, which is a title, a tagline, changing the world at a time. We have a tab up here which is the home page, and then the text that I've entered. So obviously not a lot in there as yet, but actually I wanted to change this from my website to something else, to family website, say. So let's just go back to edit. That is all handled through the inspector, so just go to Window Inspector or Command I, and over here we have the site inspector, and these are where the main details are. So we'll just change this from my website to family website. We'll take off the slogan. We'll leave the copyright in. We'll leave the email in. Let's change that email to, and instead of saying contact me, I'll just say email. So there's our site change. So we close that down. If we go back to preview, we now see that we've got family website, and the tagline has actually finished, has changed rather, have been removed. Okay, let's add some additional pages in. So I've mentioned here this is going to be a website which describes family and activities. So there's going to be a pets page and some holiday photos. So for the pets page, let's add another page in. So again, we just click on the plus button. We'll have another styled text page this time. And we'll call that pets. If we go down to there, and then again, I'll type some more words in. So there's just a small amount of text. These are our pets. We have 2 cats, Jessica and Vanessa. And see, we've got some spelling issues there, but let's, there we go, that's better. Again, we can preview it. So again, family website. In fact, I don't really want that to say family website there. This is the pets page. So I've got a home page tab and a pets tab. I'd like to say that to say pets page. So again, we go back to edit, go back to the inspector. In fact, for this time, because we're just going to edit this page, if we go down here to this icon, we can actually pull up the page inspector. And on content, we can actually say we'll give it a new title, and we'll call it pets page. You'll tend to use the inspector quite a bit, both the page inspector and the site inspector. So that's so we have a quick preview, and there we go. That now says pets page. Okay, so now we have our text. Let's add some images of the cats as well. We can actually do that by drag and drop. So if I just pull up a folder, and there's our 2 pictures, and we'll just drag the first one across, which is Jessica. And then if we just go onto here and scroll down and then pull the second one across, whoops, which is Vanessa, and just drop them onto the page. Okay, now we can get rid of the finder. Now these are a little bit large, so what we could do, we could rescale them outside of the package, but there is actually a capability within Rapidweaver to rescale it within the package. So if we just go to the media inspector window, and then on scale, we'll just drop that down. Whoops, I'm selected this second one. Let's do this first one. There we go. So we'll drop that down to 50%. And then we'll do the second one as well. Now, if I wanted to as well, I could actually rotate the images. So let's click on Jessica and click on rotation. And you can actually dynamically rotate the picture. Let's see what that looks like. If we go to preview, there we go. Let's go to the media inspector. So there's our rotated and our straight version of the images. I'll just put one more page in with some additional photos. Again, we'll just put a header page which will be stylized text, and we'll call this photographs, photos, and I'll put some text in there later. In fact, I think I've still got just put some lorem dipsum stuff. And now I actually want to have separate pages for each holiday, so I'm going to put these will be holiday photos. So if we click on the plus button again, and this time go to photo album, this is a new type of page now, and we add that in. See, we get a slightly different layout. Now this is really cool in that it's integrated completely with the iPhoto. So the photos that you have stored in iPhoto are now available in this panel. So for this first page I'm going to have Egypt photos, so let's let that up as Egypt 2005. And what I want for that is those photos there, and there are a number of photos. These are all separate albums that I've created in iPhoto, and again, once you've got an album, you can actually select or deselect if there's any particular photos you don't want included. So let's have a quick preview of that, and there we go. This is just a standard gallery type image. I'm just using the comments of the file names themselves as comments, but you can actually drag in comments from iPhoto if you've already put comments in iPhoto. Again, I don't want to say family website. Let's change the page. That's better. And then do the page inspector. Okay, and if we go back to preview, there we go. There's our heading. One really nice thing I will show you, actually, I said I was going to go into detail about these pages, but I'll just show you this. You notice this is the gallery setup. If we just go back to edit, this is a really cool thing that they've included as part of the new release of Rapidweaver. If we go to setup on this page and change it to a flash slideshow, okay, that's just that one change, just to change it to a flash slideshow, and then do a preview. Watch what happens now. Right, we now actually get an embedded flash slideshow within the page. With flash controls, you get the header here, you get the comments or the file name here, and you get the high resolution photos. So you've got the option of either a gallery setup or a flash slideshow setup. Let's just add one more photo in and I'll show you something else and then we'll publish it. So let's go back to edit. Let's put a new page in. Another photo album page. And we'll call this one Madrid. And let's do a preview of that. And there we go. Excellent. Okay, so again, this is just in preview mode. The reason I wanted to put these separate pages in is something else that is really cool about Rapidweaver is that you can actually nest pages within pages. So if I take this Egypt page and just drag and drop it onto the photos page, and similarly with Madrid, you'll see now we have this little disclosure triangle. So these photos, these photo pages, photo albums are actually subfolders of the photos page. So if we have a look at the photos page now, you'll see that we've got Egypt and Madrid as subheadings within the photos page. So you've got a photos tab, Egypt and Madrid. Now Rapidweaver itself comes with about 30 or so themes which are predefined templates that you can apply to your website to completely change the look and feel of the design. You can also get templates from other vendors as well that are Rapidweaver templates that you can add to your collection. Let me just show you this, it really is great. Let's just go back to the home page. And there's our standard, and we just click on this button here, which is the themes button, and that actually pops open the drawer. Now this side drawer actually contains all those themes that are installed on this particular system, and you can see they're actually graphical representations of what the theme would actually look like, and you can scroll down and choose a theme that you want to apply to your website. So for instance, if I wanted this particular one, which is it's actually called Business. So we have this nice new banner at the top. We have a navigation menu showing you the different pages that we've set up. You'll notice here we've got a home page, pets and photos, because the Egypt and the Madrid photo pages or photo albums are actually sub pages within here. So if we then go to the pets, there's our menu changed. If we go to photos, right, there's our two Egypt and Madrid photos, and we can go drill down into the photos and see what they look. And there we go. Now you'll notice here that the actual photo is encroaching onto the menu side. Now it will work, but it doesn't look too nice. What we can actually do with that is, well, several things. We can either go back into the page setup, so let's go back to edit, and we can go to setup, and we can actually change the size of our photos, and that would reduce the size. Let's go back into preview, or what we can do is we can go to the inspector, and of these different buttons across the top, there's one called theme. And a new thing within Rapidweaver 3.2 are variations. So each theme has several things that you can actually change. So there's the colours of the styles. For this particular one, there's the width of the page and also the positioning of the sidebar. This is quite a new function. So for instance, if we wanted to make the website larger, so we'll have it 1000 pixels across. We just click on that. Let's just get rid of the themes pane for now. You'll see now that we've got a nice wide web page and the picture doesn't encroach. So before publishing this website, let's just have a quick look at the themes again, because they really are quite impressive. Again, you'll see immediately the tabs are changed. I haven't really looked at the sidebar very much yet, but you can actually enter information into the sidebar. Perhaps I'll come back to that either later in this screencast or in the more advanced screencast. Let's have a look at that one, Dark Dash Original. So they really are super the way they can just change so quickly. And of course, although this is like a typical family website, these sorts of themes are perfect for business related sites as well. There's just a couple of them. And each time you change the theme, you can actually as well in this release have a separate theme for a separate page. That is possible. So you might have your main page, one particular theme, and then sub-pages or sections of sub-pages, different themes, because there are some that are quite similar. Let's have a look at some that are quite similar. For instance, yeah, these blog and blog pop are the same but slightly different. But you get the idea anyway. You can just change them to your heart's content, and you can also buy some additional themes that you can just download as well. Okay. Right, so let's have a go. Well, let's find a theme and we'll publish it to my .mac account. Let's try that one. Yeah, that looks nice. Yep. Okay, yep, I'm happy with that. So all we need to do to publish is to click the publish button. Right, we haven't saved it yet, so it's prompting us to save. I'll save it as family documents. Right, there are 5 pages to publish. My account name, password. We'll leave it as family website. There isn't a current site, so but if there were, it would actually delete the current site. If you've already published it once, it's intelligent enough just to realise the things that have changed and just upload those changes. So, but I'll say delete the current site for now. Let's leave that off because I know there isn't one there. And publish to subfolder of sites. So this is just the where it's actually going to publish it on the home page at .mac. So let's give that a login. Right, also works out how much disk space you've got left on your .mac account, which is quite nice. Just a quick look at the FTP section. Again, FTP server, your account, your password, and the path where you want to upload it to. But we'll do it to .mac, and I'll say publish. Yeah, I haven't set a URL within one of the base settings, but that doesn't really matter. We'll just say yes, and it'll publish every page. So obviously the length of time it takes to upload will depend on the number of pages and the number of images that you have embedded within the website. So I'll leave that running and then I'll come back to you once it's finished. So the moment of truth now, it's been published. It didn't take too long actually. I've got a fairly decent broadband connection, and it's now prompting us to say, well, that's the URL that you can sketch down, and you can also visit the site straight away. So let's have a go. And there we are, it's loaded up Safari as my default browser. And there's our home page. There's our pets page. And this is the empty sidebar that we can populate. And our photos page. And we have these 2 sub pages underneath. Egypt. And that's got our embedded Flash slideshow. And this is all live off the actual website, so there we go. And look at Madrid. Again, another Flash slideshow. And this is the breadcrumb bar, so we can actually navigate back to the home page directly from here if we want to, or we can use the buttons at the top. So very, very simple, very straightforward. And of course the nice thing about the themed approach is that if you do get fed up with the particular theme that you've applied, it's just a matter to change every single page in your website by clicking one button. Let's try that one, and then just republishing it. So we just click on publish again, save the changes, and publish. So that's been republished to my home page at .mac. And again, if we just say visit site now, it will actually take us there. And again, live on the internet, straight to my .mac homepage. And there we go, it's the family website homepage. I didn't really need to click that, we were already on the homepage, but let's go to the pets. And there's our pets page, our photos page. So as of now we're about 20 minutes or 25 minutes. It's probably worth wrapping up. What I will do, as I said before, I will do a second part which will go into a lot more detail about how you do some of this configuration, but as you think you'll appreciate, it's quite simple. Things I'd like to go through is we just bring up the new page entry to go through some of these different pages, so just a quick word on each one for now. There is actually a blog page which is fully supports RSS 2.0 and iTunes. If you want to create a blog or a podcast, you can use Rapidweaver to do that, and will support RSS enclosures for your podcasts. There's a contact form so that you can create a contact form using PHP without having any PHP programming knowledge. So people can send you emails via the web-based form. There's file sharing, which enables you to put lists of files or photos that people can actually download from your site. Just a page for HTML code, so that if you can actually use HTML or do some programming, you can put whatever you want. Some framed pages, movie album, so it's similar to the photo album. You can actually do this for movies as well, which I'll go through in the next episode. An offsite page, so if you want to refer to a page that's hosted somewhere else. Photo album we've had a quick look at, but I might revisit. QuickTime, so again your QuickTime movies, it's quite easy to create a as a summary of all your QuickTime movies and create a page that people can actually view your QuickTime movies from directly. And the style text, which again is something we've used today but is capable of a lot more. There's a lot more formatting you can actually do to that style text page, and we'll look at that in the next episode. So head over to the Real Mac Software website, which is www.realmacsoftware.com/Rapidweaver, and check out the details there. You'll be pleased to know it's relatively inexpensive product. It's $34.95. But similar to the launch bar promotion that we did on Screencast Online, I'm pleased to say we've been able to get a discount for Screencast Online and Mac TV viewers, and that's a 15% discount, which if you go to purchase online, it's normally $34.95. Type in this code. That's SCO 400-075-1669, and then press enter. You'll see there you get $5.24 or 4 GB pounds. You get £3.25p off the price. So as usual, full disclosure, I will actually get some commission for any sales made on the basis of this particular screencast, and it all goes towards supporting Screencast Online. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed that episode number 1. I'll follow that up with 1, possibly 2 other episodes, which will cover some of the more in-depth features of Real Mac Software's Rapidweaver, and you'll be able to check them out on the Screencast Online website. And again, that's www.screencastonline.com. Now, as I've not been on Mac TV for a while, I hope you don't mind a blatant plug, but just to let you know that there's now a DVD available of all the screencasts that have been made since we first came on stream back in August. There's over 6 hours worth of content, all in both desktop and iPod editions, and you can just buy the DVD over on the Screencast Online website. Just to let you know the sort of things that are actually on there, if we look at the summary page by pressing the All 2005 button, you'll see that there are various elements. There's the start of a Mac Switcher series. There's a number of Mac and OS X related hints and tips, such things as Spotlight, Automator, Web Page Capture. There are some product reviews, ImageWell and Launchbar, and there's also a series on podcasts itself, so it gives you a tutorial on how to actually start recording, publishing and promoting your podcast. And there are also some platform independent screencasts which cover various things such as RSS and some Google hacks. And these are available from the Screencast Online website for $20 US, which includes worldwide postage and packing. So I hope you enjoyed this screencast, and I look forward to seeing you next time.